Alright, what I'm going to do here is try to give you a real short review on some Doomsday books. It's not going to be very long because, quite honestly, to cover all these books would take hours and hours and hours, and most of that has already been done over and over again. And so we're certainly not going to do it here. Okay, so we're going to start over at the left with the much maligned Bill Cooper book, right there. That's Behold a Pale Horse by Bill Cooper. And in that book you will find a lot of information about UFOs. You will find a lot of information about the secret government. All kinds of things in that book. Okay? Most of these books are fairly large, as you can see. But Bill Cooper's work is very good. And before we get going any further here, let's say this and be really plain about it. With all these books, except for maybe one or two, chew the meat, spit out the bones. And if you can't do that, don't read it. Okay, if you're going to take everything in here and believe it all is 100% correct in these books, then don't bother, because you'll mess yourself up. And you don't want to do that. Okay, if you have discernment, then, by all means, if you feel like you want to, then, partake. It's interesting reading, I think. So you have Bill Cooper's book there. Now, directly to the right of that is the Big Daddy, Bloodlines of the Illuminati by Fritz Springmeier. And this is a big book. This book, let's see, is about 600 pages. No, about 500 pages, I guess. Yeah, about 500 pages. And the thesis of the book is that there are 13 families that rule the world. And this is where most of your Luciferianism and things come from. You'll find all sorts of interesting things in there. You're going to find stuff about Bohemian Grove. You're going to find about the DuPonts. You'll find out about the Russell family. You'll find out about the Kennedy family. You'll find out about the Rockefeller family. You find out about the Rothschild family. You want to know about it, Mr. Springmeier has got it in here. Okay? It's exhaustive, to say the least. It's a recommended book. And again, even though I'm recommending it, chew the meat, spit out the bones. Speaking of chew the meat and spit out the bones, we have two books here by Tex Mars. Now, of course we know Tex Mars is an anti-Semitic idiot. But these two books both have a lot of information, and I can't really find anything in them that's anti-Semitic. It deals with mysterious monuments, deals basically with architecture. It's very interesting. Very interesting stuff. He goes into a lot of the ancient architecture and a lot of very interesting things in here, and it becomes a shame when you read some of this stuff, what happened to Tex Mars. It makes you wonder where he would be if he had not gone down the road of anti-Semitism. Okay, there's a picture, by the way, of Charles Taze Russell's grave, which as you can see is shaped like a pyramid. All kinds of things going on in the world that we may not know about. This is a 1,000-foot tall pyramid in the heart of the capital of Pyongyang in North Korea that they built. Isn't that nice? Alright. Our next book is also by Tex Mars, Codex Magica. Hand signs, mysterious symbols, and hidden codes of the Illuminati. It's a very good book. It's a huge book. And again, chew the meat, spit out the bones. I couldn't find really any anti-Semitic stuff in here, which is the only reason why I'm showing it. If there was, after I got it, I would have returned it. But I really couldn't find that much, or any, really. Alright. We're going to move on to a book by Mr. Tom Horn, which I read. Nephilim, Stargates, the year 2012, and the Return of the Watchers. This was a good book. And again, chew the meat, spit out the bones. It has to do with Stargates. And very interesting stuff. It was very interesting. It kind of tied a lot of things together. This is a book by Brother Jeffrey Mardis. I believe I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Aliens, Angels, and Outer Space. A biblical investigation into life beyond Earth. Based on the best-selling book of all time, the King James Bible. He ties a lot of stuff together as well. Chariots of the Gods by Eric von Däniken. This book is anti-Bible, but there's a lot of material in there. Okay, he subscribes, or kind of almost as the grandfather of the ancient astronaut theory, that everything in the Bible, they're really aliens, and everything, the whole thing, they're all a bunch of aliens. But he also was the one who showed about a lot of these different things, like the Nazca lines in Peru, and these pyramids all over the world, and how apparently there were space vehicles traveling around. He documents all that stuff in this book. Very good book. Okay, now this is an MP3. It's not a DVD. This is Dr. Ruckman's book. Got a bright, shiny thing going on there. UFOs, advanced UFOs, and UFOs in the global conspiracy. This is 16 hours. And everything that's covered in every UFO book that I have, and I have a bunch of UFO books that I haven't even pulled out, are covered on this MP3. He's got everything covered. Right here. Then you get this one. This is available online for free. But I saw this in a bookstore. It's pretty cheap, so I got it a long time ago. Okay. New Liberty Video Classics, The UFO Conspiracy. Dave Hunt is in here. IDE Thomas. And they talk about the UFOs and such. Again, another good book. Or, I'm sorry, DVD. Don't read this before you go to bed. Black is Beautiful by Peter Ruckman. This is quite a book. Okay. It's quite a book. He does not tell you what to believe. He just lays out all sorts of things in history and lets you draw the conclusion to pretty much everything. I would say Brother Jeff's book and Black is Beautiful, and UFOs and the Global Conspiracy, you would cover an awful lot of the material on UFOs. These books here, 1, 2, 3, 4, deal more with the Illuminati. Much more with the Illuminati. These here deal with UFOs. This is a DVD, Riddles and Stone. I highly recommend this series. It's really good. It talks about what was really going on at the time of the government when it was set up, the founding fathers and such. And it will kind of blow your mind as to what was really happening there at the time. The Lie of the Serpent. If you ever find this, get it. New Age and the End Times. It's a little bit dated. It's somewhere in the mid-90s, I think. It doesn't say. But the featured speakers are Dave Hunt, Dr. Kent Hovind, and Stan Monteith. It's very good. Deals with the occult, deals with that kind of stuff, and it's from a Christian point of view, so you're not going to get your brain poisoned, you know. Shadow Government by Grant Jeffrey. Very good DVD. It's pretty much what's happening now as far as your privacy goes, but you don't have any. Anyway, very good DVD. I recommend that as well. Let's see, there is one more. I forgot about this one. This is by James Melton. That is Satan's New World Order. And I'll tell you the truth. A lot of these books, Behold a Pale Horse, Bloodlines of the Illuminati, and some of these other ones, and a lot of the other ones actually are kind of combined into here in a much thinner format and much more readable. Okay? There's others, but I think that's enough. If I was to pick any three, I guess three, we'll stay with three. I would pick Bloodlines of the Illuminati. Now I'm going to say five, because I can't pick three. Bloodlines of the Illuminati, Behold a Pale Horse, Black is Beautiful, Jeff's book, Aliens, Angels, and Outer Space, Brother Melton's book. I picked those 5 books. Amongst the DVDs and such, I would pick 3. DVDs or MP3s. I would pick Dr. Ruckman's Riddles and Stone, and Lie of the Serpent. That would cover you for everything. That really would. And again, with all this material, you know, you have to be really, really super careful. You have to really, really be careful. You have to, excuse me, you have to chew the meat, spit out the bones. It's just that simple. Bottle cap. Water. I'm sorry. You have to chew the meat and spit out the bones, and that's really how that works. All right, I think that's about it. We're into almost 15 minutes here, and we'll see how that goes. Ciao.